Hello and welcome to the GoPro test and review on the Enduro Alexis channel.
We will look at just how useful this camera is for motorcyclists by riding from London to Albania and examining how good it is in different weather conditions when you need your hands free and for capturing the shots you may struggle to get with other cameras.
Now remember, this test is less about technical details of the GoPro like frame rates. Something like this has been discussed in other videos on YouTube. This test is more about how useful the GoPro is for motorcyclists and how it can deal with real world situations.
We start the journey on a very wet day in the UK, and the GoPro with its waterproof housing captures the scenery excellently without the lens cover steaming up or being covered by more than just the odd drop. Nope, no steaming up by walking indoors and experiencing change in temperatures. And if you ever can't remember where you put stuff, just watch the video you made. Leaving the Eurotunnel and arriving in France, the camera copes well with high contrast situations, still providing an image that is useful. And using the camera occasionally helps you record part of your journey. At 2 hours the battery life is not great, but who wants to look at hours of road or motorway footage in editing? So you eventually only record sections.
Now, one downside of the waterproof housing of the GoPro is that you have to press the buttons to record really long and hard to make sure that you're actually recording. It happened a couple of times that I thought I pressed it hard enough, but it didn't, and so the shot was missed. So really press it long and hard, and just to make sure, have the arm extended in such a way that you can see, at least on the monitor, that it is actually recording. You see that with the symbol on our top left hand corner.
Flicking through the modes and settings on the camera can be tedious, and it takes a while to get used to which button to press, as there are only two. For those still struggling, the accessory monitor can be of some help, and if that screen is not big or detailed enough, then there is the GoPro app for your phone or tablet. The journey takes us through Europe, and we arrive at the Bosnian border where our friend Akin is waiting for us. He will show us around some of the sights of his hometown Bihac and Jajce, but first we have to help another rider in distress. As ever so often, the GoPro is excellent for recording these events for prosperity.
Bist du okay?
Ja, ich schaue es noch.
Was, Sprit aus?
Ja, ich schaue.
Genau jetzt!
Es wird Batterie auch noch da. Hey, Scheiße.
Okay, hast du einen Kanister oder sowas? Okay, fein, wart hier, wir kommen zurück mit Benzin, okay?
Okay, gut, jetzt.
Ja, okay. Right, he ran out of petrol. Can we go to the next petrol station, get some petrol and go back? Bitte. Das ist mir auch schon mal passiert.
Hast du Kanister gehabt, da müssen wir rein?
Nein, wir haben eine Flasche gekauft.
Also,
aber das müssen wir schnell machen, weil sonst ist das Plastik vermischt sich mit dem Ding.
Wo kommst du her?
Ich komme gerade aus England.
Aus England, so?
Ja.
Bist du da, Deutschland?
Nein, ich bin Österreicher.
Österreich?
Ja.
Also musst du eine Dinge-Nummer?
Bitte? Das ist eine englische Nummer.
Also, weil das?
Ja. Bitte?
Weil das?
Weil das?
Warum hast du das eigentlich? Ja,
also, weil ich in England lebe. So, wir haben es eilig, ja?
Ja, also gut.
Kommst du gut zurecht, ja?
Ja, danke.
Okay,
ja.
tschüss, ja?
Ja, servus. Geil.
In the evening, Akin and I hit the town of Bihac, and I test the GoPro's different recording modes. In low light and ultra wide angle with best resolution, you can cram a lot into one shot, but the picture looks grainy. It seems shooting a photo with the GoPro gives you a much better image quality. This side effect in the video mode can be reduced by shooting objects closer up and if they display less contrast differences.
This is Akin, my friend Bihac. And tomorrow we go for a tour. Yeah.
In the morning it is time to set off to enjoy the unique Bosnian breakfast. Like the English all-day breakfast, it sets you up for the whole day. At a breakfast with a view, we start off with soup. What's the name of the soup? Zdahana. Zdahana. Typical Bosnian soup for breakfast. Followed by the high protein, almost zero carbs bar, a few chips and salad, all meat Bosnian breakfast.
Traditional only meat.
Kebab, sausages, fillets, chicken pieces, it's all there. And the GoPro captures the lot in picture and video in ultra wide angle.
Hello, dog.
The breakfast proves to be more than 2 people can eat, so we decide to share it with a friend we meet along the way.
You know what this is, no? You know what this is. You know what this is, no? Dog. Sit. Sit.
Again, the GoPro mounted to the helmet is excellent when you need a pair of free hands.
There you go. Oh, you're hungry, dog. Hungry like mad. He's a good dog.
We ride further towards Yaitse and stop to look at sites like this mosque.
It's nice here, no?
Okay, so Akin may not be impressed, but I am blown away just how much the GoPro in ultra-wide can get into the shot if you consider the image of other cameras. Akin heads back to Bihac and I arrive in Mostar in the evening. This time the GoPro provides a much better image at night, not so grainy, confirming that light equally affects the natural image quality as does resolution. The manual does recommend you switch to a low resolution for handheld shots in low light condition. The next morning I head out early for the ride all the way to Albania. I stop to quickly compare how much the GoPro can get into one shot in comparison to other cameras. There is some distortion to the sides, but comparing it to other cameras' framing, it is sometimes better to have all the scenery in shot to capture its splendor, and a bit of distortion does not spoil the shot.
There you have it, you can get everything in with the GoPro camera. Hello, cows.
Arriving in Shkodër in the evening, we test the low-light capability of the GoPro a bit more.
And here the Shkodër lake, the biggest lake in the Balkans.
And we are still provided with a crisp, clear image, but colors seem a bit faint depending on taste. As it is low light, this is not the camera's fault, but editing in post can bring them out a bit more. Photo burst mode captures images in quick, fixed 3 to 10 pictures a second succession and can also provide an artistic alternative to film. The GoPro also records a series of photographs in time-lapse mode in half a second to 60-second intervals and can be useful for those not wanting to spend hours editing films to show their journey's experiences to others. An additional feature is the Pro Tune setting, which captures images with less compression for higher quality productions so that its images and clips can be intercut with broadcast camera material.
Found some of the elusive bunkers, but they're not being used for anything, but at least I got to see some of them.
Now, one of the reasons I came to Albania was to look at how the bunkers of former communist leader Enver Hoxha were turned into restaurants, for example. But it seems Albanians want to forget their past.
This bunker is mine!
In Durrës, we were hoping to see the restaurant Bunkari, but it has been demolished to make way for flats. Very disappointing, as this would have been an excellent tourist attraction. Next off to the capital Tirana, which despite its attractions turns out to be a crowded city we just want to leave as soon as possible.
Well, this is Tirana. It's hot, humid, sticky. Can't wait to get out of here.
The journey takes us further down south to Saranda, passing some amazing scenery. And when exploring the Greco-Roman ruins near Saranda, the compactness of the GoPro makes it an easy camera to carry around. The GoPro also comes with a remote control and a wide range of accessories you can order and buy separately online. Some products, like this charger, even from aftermarket suppliers. One useful tool is the helmet-mounted arm, which allows you to film yourself while riding.
You will, however, get many looks from locals wondering what on earth you're doing.
As we're so close, we pop into northern Greece, and the GoPro distortion on the sides in ultra-wide angle actually provides some artistic element to shots, both in object and landscape shots. The one day in my life that I've come to Greece, it's got to rain. Makes it more adventurous though.
I'm really glad I got the GoPro to capture all this amazing scenery. Just one thing, I wish it had like sat nav on it as well, like precision recording, like some other cameras do. that would make it just perfect. And although the wind is blowing quite strong up here, the microphone from the GoPro camera still picks up my voice quite clearly, and you can still hear everything nicely. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best sound you ever heard on a video, but just put your hand over the microphones on the GoPro camera and you'll get away with it most of the time. Well, I was going to criticize about the GoPro camera that it needs something like a tripod hole at the bottom, but actually, because it's got a flat base, it's quite easy to set up and get some of those shots that you really need at the moment without setting up much of a tripod and everything else.
So the GoPro is a very versatile and compact camera which allows you to shoot photos and videos in high quality standard and also in different modes. The only thing that I would say about it is that at 2 hours the battery life isn't that great, but being more selective with your shots will not just save you battery power but also loads of time in the editing process. The GoPro, an excellent piece of equipment to record your journey. I want to thank everybody for their support and their donations for our recent London to Albania 2014 ride, in which we raised over £1,200 for the World Wildlife Fund's Amur Leopard's appeal. And another way to ensure that these magnificent big cats don't face extinction is by signing up with the World Wildlife Fund's Amur Leopard's appeal, which only costs £3 a month.